Hello, it's Tammy Pally, aka the Crafty Princess and Doll Collector, and here is another Wine and Dollies. I think I'm actually going to start calling this maybe Yarn and Dollies or Crafting and Dollies, because I thought, besides telling you what I'm doing with the dollies, which does involve, a little bit of crafting, which is part of the hobby, I have some yarn stuff to show you that I finished finally. So I know I have sort of a mixture of doll collectors and customizers and crafting people who stop by and watch my videos, and I wanted to say thank you very much for doing that. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. You can just click someplace around here. There's a little red button that says subscribe. And for those who have subscribed and keep coming back, I really appreciate it, and always appreciate the comments and questions that you have. And I guess I'll say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy whatever it is that you celebrate this time of year. Or if you don't celebrate anything, I just hope you have a wonderful day. So I'm going to get into the dollies. I have here with me Eustasia, who is, she was part of this little dolly setup I have going on back here. The lighting is very strange in Florida this past week. We've had, normally it's really sunny, which can be a pain, but the last few days it's been kind of overcast, but then every once in a while the sun will come out. And of course, as soon as I decided to record, the sun pops out. And I just have a very, in this particular room that I tend to often do my videos, I just have a very sheer curtain on the windows because it's kind of on the side of the house and there's a fence and everything. So, anywho, I finally thought I just had to record, okay? So hopefully the lighting is all right. I moved stuff around. I probably spent a half hour trying to just get this thing set up. So, and for this girl, her little Christmas outfit, I realized that I don't have a lot of red, but I have quite a bit of white. So I decided to just go ahead and use that as sort of, my Christmas outfits, and then add little pops of color like her shoes and her little bow. Unfortunately, these shoes are super cute, and I think I did a review of these and some other shoes probably a few months ago. They're really cute, but they cannot stand up in them. And I had her sitting on a chair and she kept falling out. So, and in fact, I have a video that I shot using my iPhone. Everybody's been telling me I should use my iPhone, it'll have better quality, but I have a really hard time getting videos off the iPhone. I download them into Dropbox, and then they may show up, they may not. I don't know what the deal is. I guess because of the size, they maybe take a really long time to download. So I may pop that little video in if I have time. It's only like a couple of minutes, and it has some close-up of the girls in their outfits. So, but before I get into dolly crafting, in fact, I think I'm going to do the dollies first and then the yarn at the end. So that way, if dolly people don't want to stick around and see some of the finished yarn objects I have, they can go. And if you're a yarn person, you can fast forward over to the yarn if you don't want to see what is going on with the dolls. So, alright, so dolly novel update, by the way. I've been talking about this on a few videos lately, and at this point, the dolly novel is at it's at a small press publisher waiting to hear back, and I've also contacted my third but I want to give a shout out to a dolly peep of mine from Facebook. She goes by Minty Moss, MINTYMOSS, and she has an Etsy shop, and I will post a link to it down there. She was one of the dolly peeps who, when I asked for some eyeballs to do some proofreading for the dolly novel, not only did she volunteer, but she got right on it. Bam! She cranked that puppy out. She gave me lots and lots of pages of typos, and I am so grateful, and she was very sweet about it. She didn't give me a hard time like, you moron, you don't know how to spell, or anything like that. And so between her doing it and my BFF, who is a face-to-face BFF, I went over to my BFF's house the other day and picked up the hard copy of the manuscript that she proofed. So I'm going to take Minty Moss's markups. She gave me a list. So I'm going to take that list and mark it up in that same manuscript, and now I can go and, clean up the whole thing. The first 5 chapters were pretty clean because I did have her have my BFF look at that, as well as another friend of mine. But now I have actually had 2 people read the whole entire thing, 425 double-spaced pages. God bless them. And neither one of them are really, I know, for example, my friend who did it, she doesn't even really read fiction. Anywho, that's the novel thing, and yeah, definitely check out Minty Moss's Etsy shop. She has a really cool book I ordered on there. It's well, I'll just go over there and check it out, okay? When I get it, which will be after the first of the year, obviously. And by the way, it's today is almost Christmas. It's December 22nd, 2016. Santa's gonna be here soon. So when I get her book, I will probably do a little video and show you guys. All right, so yeah, Dolly book stuff. Now, as far as actual doll crafting and all that good stuff goes, a few of you have noticed, if you've been watching my videos, you know I've talked about doing some hair experimentation. And I have, yeah, I finally did some hair experimentation. So one experiment is still in the works, and I'm going to move out a camera shot to get that. Okay, be prepared to laugh. This is hilarious. This did take some time to do, but honestly what I did is I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone. So while I was talking and I had it on speakerphone, I did this. And yeah, she has pin curls. Her hair was already wavy. This is Brigitte, and I've done some videos with her box opening. I did a video where I showed her how I changed her body out and everything too, to a Fortune Day body. So and she's a fakie, and her hair was always wavy, but it was always kind of had a weird feel to it. I just wasn't. It's a beautiful color, gorgeous color, very thick. Just felt weird. So anyway, I've watched it a few times, and finally I just thought, you know, I'd really like to have it super curly. It kind of, she kind of makes me think a little bit of my protagonist in my Dolly book. My protagonist in my Dolly book is a doll doctor who has wild red curly long hair, and yeah, so maybe Bridget will change her name at some point. I don't know, but we will see what happens. So I curled it up and I wet it, and it's still a little damp. You know, I live in Florida, so it's going to take forever for this to dry probably. So, we're not in a big hurry, though she's not getting very much sleep, obviously. So anyway, that's experiment number 1 in the works. Experiment number 2 was cutting doll hair for the first time, and I did it on this girl here, who, by the way, we lost her shoe. It's around here somewhere. But I had these little flats. These are stock from Cherry Beach. And yeah, hopefully we can find the other one around here somewhere. She had super duper long hair. Again, I've done a box opening of her. Her hair was like down to here. And obviously, if you are familiar with any of the stock Blythes, you know that she has a very close resemblance to Simply Mango. And yeah, so I whacked her hair off. And it does, I didn't do it on purpose, but then it happened, and I kind of like it. So for now, I'm going to leave it like that. But if you can see, it's angled down. So yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. It was kind of like, you know, because this stuff doesn't grow back, right? If you mess it up. But I like her so much better now that her hair's shorter. I may even cut it some more, but I don't know. I like the length that it is now, and it just makes the doll look a lot, I think she looks a lot cuter like this. So, and I'm correct, I believe that the Mango doll has her hair about, you know, to her waist or so. But she would actually, though, be cute even with a shorter, like a bob, you know. So anyway, yes, she's got short hair. This is girls, yes. In fact, I don't remember what I named her, honestly. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to rename her, because I kind of don't remember if I even did name her. We'll see. So, yeah, I'll just set her down so I don't have to mess with her too much as I'm doing this. So that's the hair. As far as holiday dress-up, the previous one in Dolly I did, I talked about how I didn't have a lot of red clothing, but I do have white. So, like I said, I decided to just pull out white stuff and kind of play around with it. I'm not super thrilled with this outfit, because this is really more of a, I guess, a wine red. It's not like a cherry red or a tomato red. So It's a little iffy. But as far as this girl goes, this looks cute. She's kind of a, casual type of girl because she's a Florida chick, so she doesn't dress up a whole lot. But yeah, Eustacia is definitely rocking this dress. Oop, her little hat. And I always save ribbon. I'm a ribbon hoarder, so if it's a nice piece of ribbon, I will never throw it out. I have a box of ribbon scraps, so I just dug around in there, found some red ones and white ones, and that one's kind of sparkly. So now I do have more dollies that are dressed up for the holidays. Some other dolly stuff I have going on, I guess, are what I guess you could call comings and goings, okay? And as anybody knows, when you collect stuff, you kind of, part of collecting is interchanging and buying new dolls or whatever it is that you're collecting, but also recycling, I guess you could say. Getting rid of the old to bring in the new. And I have a few dolls that I will be selling. One of them seemed to have been sold and then it wasn't, and I think I have somebody else who's interested, but I don't know. And she's relatively new. She's a tan doll I got, and I originally got this girl because I was thinking of I wanted a doll that I could experiment on as far as eyes, and I wouldn't feel guilty for messing up the eyes. And so, and I do like the tan dolls. I'd like to get another tan doll, so that's why I thought, well, I'll get her. She's a tan doll. She's different looking than any of my other dolls. I always like to try to get, an assortment of different looks for the dolls. But she's just not doing it for me. I haven't spent a lot of time with her. She's not ringing my bells. So she's a beautiful doll, and I will be selling her. I got her on the Dolly Adoption Facebook page right now. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully somebody over there. I don't want to really make this like a sales pitch or anything, because I'm pretty sure I will sell her quickly over there. And by the time this video's up, I don't want people 6 months from now saying, "Hey, can I buy that doll?" Because she's not going to be around too long. So anywho, yeah, so she's going to be hitting the road. And another doll that I'm pretty sure I'm going to part with is the almost twin of the Mango doll, is this girl. If you've watched my videos and unboxing videos, you know that I ordered the fakey Mango doll, who has bangs. All right, so here, so I thought I ordered this doll, and I did, but there was a mistake. So I ended up with this doll, who is gorgeous. And not only did I end up with this doll, but the vendor that I got her from was nice enough to switch out the eye chips in both these dolls, so they're front-facing purple. They have front-facing purple eye chips, which I love. If you know, that's kind of like one of my things about the dolls, that I really love the purple eye chips, especially front-facing, and that's not easy to find. So she felt terrible about it. She was very sweet, the woman that I bought these from, and I was like, and they weren't that expensive, And I said something to my husband. I said, just buy another one. I was like, oh, okay. Twist my arm. So then I was like, okay, so I got the other one. I thought I had somebody who wanted to buy this one from me. She backed out. And then I thought, no, I'm just going to keep them because, they're so cute together. But no. I just like, they're too similar. This girl actually looks really good with my Sprite Beauty doll. So who has yellow and purple hair, so that the mango, the yellow, the purple, they look really cute together and stuff. So yeah, I'm probably going to sell this doll. Yeah, I'm 95% sure I will be selling her. And again, I think she will sell very quickly when I put her up on a Facebook group, because she has unusual hair. She's got the front-facing purple eye chips that were especially done for this doll. She has one eyelash that looks a little funky to me, but otherwise her body's really good. I mean, she's a good doll. So those dolls will be, at some point, hitting the road, traveling to their new homes, I hope soon. Basically, I hope to do it after Christmas. I do not want to go to the post office right now. No way, Jose. So let me take a little sip of wine. Here's my water. As far as dollies coming in, I've ordered a new doll, and she is my first customized doll. I've been scouring and looking and dreaming and planning and plotting, and I really have issues with some of the overly customized dolls, and I have issues for a couple of reasons. First of all, they're adorable like they are. Hello. I just, and sometimes the people just do horrible customizations. I'm going to just say it, all right? I'm just putting it out there. There are some people who should not be customizing dolls and selling them. I'm not saying they shouldn't be trying and, practicing, because obviously practice makes perfect. You have to do anything well, you have to practice, and that means failing. But then trying to sell them, and I see sometimes people buy them, but for a lot of times I just see a lot of really horrible customizations. I see a lot of things that just personally also just don't appeal to me. Not that it's bad or anything, but just things like, I personally am not into piercings or fangs or strange mouths or teeth, or like, that's what I'm talking about, the sort of extreme customizing. I like a subtle customization. I like something where it's like a matte finish, maybe a little freckles, maybe some boggling, some new eye chips for sure, that kind of thing. Like just like a subtle, that's all I can think of a way to describe it. So some of you may be familiar with this customizer. She has a website. I'll put the URL down there again, just like I did for the Etsy shop. It's called MOU Handmade. I don't know if you say it Moo Doll, MOU, Moo, Mo. I don't know how you pronounce that. But she's from Spain, and she has a definite look to her customized dolls that are all quite subtle. In fact, I'm actually very impressed with her whole business model, I guess you could say, as far as doll customizing. Her dolls sell fairly fast. For the most part, because I've been stocking, well, I can't even remember how long, probably a year. At least I've been stocking dolls on her site and on Facebook. She has a Facebook page too. I eat probably at least a year. I've been looking at these dolls. So, and I fall in love with multiple dolls that she has on there. I could take almost any doll that she has practically. I know I would love it. So, we'll see. I'm going to see one in person, okay? But yeah, so she's coming sometime. I don't know when. I don't know how. I paid for her, and I haven't heard too much. But I do realize that, first of all, it's the holidays, so our mail here in the U.S. is kind of a hot mess right now. And I also know that, coming from Spain, it's a different mail system. It's not, so the tracking's not going to be as easy to do. I don't even know, honestly, if there's a tracking number. I don't think I got one from her. So, yeah, I may actually, now that I talk about it, maybe I'll message her and just ask her, like, hey, have you sent that doll yet? But I will show it to you. Maybe I'll do an unboxing. I know those are kind of getting a little passe on YouTube these days, but maybe I'll just do a introduction to the dolly, not necessarily an unboxing, or you can call it whatever you want. But as soon as I get her and I take her out of the box, I will be doing a video to show you guys, because I'm very excited. I thought she was very reasonably priced considering, and like I said, the business model for this particular customizer, from what I see, she uses fake dolls only, which again, that's something I appreciate. I just cannot see using a stock doll. I know a lot of people do that. Maybe some people don't agree with me, but I just think that the value in a stock doll changes, and not in a good way, when you're messing around with them. So especially, the stock dolls are limited number that they make, okay? So when you use one to customize it, it's no longer stock, and it's no longer part of that, series. So, but yeah, so she does minimal customizing on fake dolls only. And like all the eye chips kind of look similar as far as color. We'll see when I get one in person. Trying to think. She doesn't have anything. She just doesn't do a lot of extreme work, and I think that's some of it. Like, I see some of these customized dolls that are crazy expensive, and I completely understand why, because the customizer spent tons of time, all right, massive amounts of time, and so they want their time back, and I agree with that. But as somebody like myself who, A, I don't really like overly customized dolls anyway, and B, I just cannot see myself spending, you know, $500 to $1,000 on a customized doll. I just can't go there. I can't do it. So I could, you know, I could buy so many other things with that kind of money. So, or I could buy multiple dolls that I love. So yeah. So anyway, when that new dolly shows up, you guys will be pretty much the first to see her probably. Yeah, so that's my dolly stuff. Now I will segue into yarn, and I hope you guys hang out a little bit longer. I'm not going to be yapping too much longer. I have 3 finished yarn objects. One of the things that I've been really trying to do with my crafting and yarn work specifically is I've been trying to finish up projects that I've already started and not buy any more yarn. And that's so hard. So anyway, the first thing I have finished is just a very simple triangular knit. It's a scarfy shawl type of thing, you know. You can wear it like a, and this actually I did this for my husband. This is made out of Madeline Tosh. It's called Sequoia, Sequoia is the colorway. It's kind of a burnt brownish brown, you know, color. I think it's coming out fairly correct on the screen as far as color. And I used a 5mm nickel plated Knit Picks interchangeable needles on them, and just knit. And these are one of my favorite things to make. Very fairly mind, you know, I wouldn't say mind numbing, but mindless, I guess. There is a boo-boo. Of course, I have my signature drop stitch that I have to do fix later. I actually did this as I was casting off. Yeah. So this is 100% superwash merino wool. And yeah, we do live in Florida, but every once in a while it gets cold, and he likes to go camping sometimes up in northern Florida, where and usually when it's cold out, so it can get, you know, in the 30s and stuff. So in Florida, that's freezing cold for us. So he will use that like one day a year for the rest of his life, I guess. The other thing I finished is a granny square baby blanket. Actually, it's not granny square; it's granny striped. Okay, this is the first. I've made dozens of granny square blankets in my lifetime. This is the first time I just made this stripe where you just go back and forth and back and forth. And granny square starts from the center and works its way out into a square. This is just back and forth and back and forth. And I love it, and I will definitely do some more of these. I used Bernat Baby Softy, obviously yellow and green yarn, and a size G hook, and very, very good movie watching type crochet. I'm making baby blankets actually to donate. I do know a few people who've had babies, but I've made them stuff. You know, they don't really need any more stuff. So, in fact, they don't need any more yarn stuff. Okay, let's put it that way. So, these I will be donating once I get a few more. I think I have 2, so this is 3, and then this other one's 4. So I have 4. I want to get maybe half a dozen made, and then I will drop them off for the Linus blanket donation locally. And so that's that. And then I tried an experiment where this is the first time I used a loom to make a baby blanket or any type of, that's actually the first time I've used this kind of loom, not a round one, but I guess they call these a square loom, okay, to make, to knit with, make anything. And I decided to try and make a baby blanket, and mixed results here. Okay, here, I don't know if you can see the top. This is where I bound off at the top, and it's kind of curvy, like it's not real straight. And then the bottom, of course, because it's knit, it curls. I have a little bit of leftover yarn, so I might do like a single crochet stitch on the end to help flatten it. And that's actually what I did. After I bound off, I did a single crochet on here to try to help straighten it a little bit. It's very soft. This is Bernat, I think it's called Baby Blanket Yarn, or Blanket Yarn, Bernat, B-E-R-N-A-T. It's a super, it's bulky and it's super soft. I have made blankets with this before. I probably won't ever use it again, though honestly. I love it in that it's very soft and it works up fairly quickly, but it is hard to work with. It's not very stretchy when you work with it. It hurts my hands. Yeah, but I mean, this is like super cushy. This is so soft. So I have this much left, which is probably enough to do the bottom. So I'll probably use it so I can use up the yarn. And then this will also be going into the donation box. I feel kind of bad because it's not as nice as it could be, but at least it's super snugly soft. So hopefully some baby or child somewhere will enjoy that. So yes, so I guess that's kind of it. If you have hung out this long with me, thank you so much for stopping by, for subscribing, and I hope you and your family and loved ones and friends and everybody there has a wonderful, safe holiday season. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful Dolly and crafting day. Bye-bye.